Greetings. Here we are again at Attingham Park. It's really good to see you. I'm Stevie C, and hopefully today we're going to see a complete change of direction. Now, what do I mean by that? Do I mean that we're going to change our mind and buy another farm? Do we mean that we're going to change everything that we do on the farm? Well, we're not going to buy another farm. That's for definite. What we are going to do is completely change our direction in terms of I was supposed to be doing East Vinelands tonight, but I've just been so excited and so focused on Attingham Park today that I decided maybe we need to do another Attingham Park live stream today. And that's what we're doing, that's where we are. But again, that is not the only U-turn that we're going to take, because I've made a few decisions while I've been thinking about this save, which is going to break the boundaries of what I've ever done before. It's going to be a huge risk, but it is going to be exciting, I'm sure. So let's head to the farm and let's see what I've got planned for today. So here we are in the tractor, which we might not need too much use for today. As you can see, I have given the farm quite a bit of a tidy up in terms of getting rid of some weeds, but I don't intend to worry too much about the farm today, because you're going to see some dramatic changes over the course of the next hour or two. We're going to do something quite incredible. Well, it's not incredible, it's just nobody expected me to do it, because I spent a whole probably 45 minutes trying to work out what to do with horses yesterday, and then I spent nearly as long again trying to work out what to do with pigs. It was ridiculous, I haven't got a clue. And the way I saw it was actually to try and do both when you don't even know how to do one. Well, that's just a little bit silly. So we're not going to do that. We're gonna walk up to this thing. We're gonna press N, and we're gonna sell, because I don't know what pigs are all about. This may have been a pig farm in the past, but it's time for it to have a new identity. Yes, I want to keep horses because I want to work out what's going on. By the way, we might not have any horses at the moment, but that's another matter. But this space here now is going to be quite important to us, I'm sure, because you know we're gonna have some nice big areas to keep our combining stuff, and trust me, we're gonna need it. But then we've got this old area over here. I mean, these are beautiful old brick buildings here, which, if we open the door, have an amazing little space inside. But it's not worth anything. But guess what? It is gone. Then we've got these rusty old, I don't know what you'd call them, bale storages or vehicle sheds, whatever you want to call them. They're not worth anything, and I'm hoping that this will let me sell. It is gone, and already we can see the space beginning to open up in what was a really tight and dingy farm. But we're not finished there. We've got this rusty old thing, not worth any money. We're just selling the metal on it for scrap. And there we go. That has really opened up this space now. Now what we do with this space, I haven't decided completely. We may sort of replace it with some newer building sheds. But we are in for a busy day today. And not because it's harvest day, because it's still actually the same day as when we left it yesterday. We actually, you know, we've still got a lot of the day left. But we're going to need every second of it. I did think about getting rid of this shed, but considering how good it looks, it's only worth about 20k. So anyway, enough about that. But yeah, this is going to be the big thing about today and what we do on this live stream. We might get round to doing the flooring and making it look a lot nicer around here. So not only will it look spacier, but it'll look tidier as well. We might get round to that, but probably not, because we're going to do something absolutely crazy. And it was probably not a good idea to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. So what we're going to do is something I've never done before. And it means that buying that harvester we bought the other day was absolutely idiotic, because it's nowhere near big enough. We're going to lease a massive amount of land. We're going to lease all these 6 fields here, so that we will own 8 fields in total, and 2 of them absolutely massive. And that is going to be the challenge, because the first thing we need to do is, by the end of the day, we need to have harvested this field. And I just need to double check if there's any others in the same state. The rest are all in growing. That's a relief, because that is going to be one monster to do with our tiny combine harvester. So this could take a long time, but at least we know we've got plenty of work to do in today's stream. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So what I first need to do is field 15, 16. Well, I should just say 13, 14, 15, 16, 1 and 2 are the ones that we want. So that was 1. And what we will do ultimately is obviously aim to buy these, but for the first year or so, we're going to give the farmers compensation for the fact that they are not actually going to get to reap their own harvest, because we now have the fields. So that we're going to make sure that for at least for the first year, we honour the lease that we are taking on with them, which I can be honest with you is it's quite substantial over the lot of them. So 12, 13. I've got a feeling I just did one that I didn't mean to do, which makes it even more expensive. But yeah, so we actually did an extra one there by mistake. But so where's 12? Watch it be on the other side of the river. Oh no, we already own 12. What's that on about? I swear that just gave us the option to lease 12. So, but either way, we now own, although we have to pay a rent on some of it, a massive portion of this map. I've never done anything like this before, so it is pretty scary. But we're going to have to build up our equipment quick, because we can't do too many harvests with this small equipment. So you will have to bear with me. I'm doing my best not to sneeze at the moment, but I'll try and mute my mic if it happens. But you don't get very much warning on this. So we need to now go and find... Oh no, I've just remembered where we put the combine harvester. How the heck are we going to get it out of here? Why did we put it in here? Oh dear. Why did I do this? Not only that, we've got to get the trailer hooked up to it. Well, I don't even know what the best way of doing this is. Oh, too far forward. That's the first crash. Are we fitting through? Oh. Right. Now, I don't know if we can zoom back a bit, because I can't really see what's going on. Come on, you can do it. Yes, we're hooked up. Now, can we get out? Oh, no is the answer. hitting something outside because we can't see where we're going. Oh, what a nightmare. Why did I put it in here? We are absolutely stuck. Oh, what? This could not be happening so early in the stream. I mean, you can't see nothing from in there. Oh, man. Well, I really didn't want to have to cheat so early in it, but what can we do? I'm absolutely rammed in. Can't even get round to move the trailer. Right, so how's that looking now? That's probably done it. Oh no, we're still jammed. Whoops. That wasn't meant to happen. Oh, what's going on? Well, I think it's gone back on by itself. That's a good thing, I suppose. Oh my goodness. What a start. Well, for those shorter videos, you can guarantee this will be getting edited out. So, oh, still got to deal with them tree stumps. Oh, that was something else. This was another building, which, whilst it looks pretty cool, just for the interest of the fact of what it's worth, that's going as well. So we've got plenty of money, but we're going to need it to cover ourselves for all the leased land. What we're going to do in its place, we'll place a cheaper silo, which I know it's a multi-fruit, so it will take all of the harvests that we do, and I think it's not limitless, but it certainly will take some massive harvests. So we'll be able to keep hold of the straw and everything. I've just realised that I'm using my keyboard when I could be using my steering wheel, because that makes me so much better a driver. Not. I must remember that crop destruction is on. So this is going to take us forever today. I've just realised something else as well. We don't need that all that faffing around, and we don't need that corn header because it's oats, I think, that we're harvesting. Well, I hope it is now. Actually, do you know what? We're in a massive space here, so I think this is as good a place as any to get rid of the header trailer as well. But I've probably just dumped that trailer right in the way of emptying the silo. So, oh, I've come the wrong side of it as well. Flipping heck. The amount of editing I have to do on the shorter versions of these videos because of my idiotic driving. It is crazy, man. You know, when you're live, you can't hide the mistakes. So, we just keep on going, keep on going. Have I got to lift it up first or something? No, there we go, we're clear. That's good. And there we go. So don't forget to say hello if you're watching this today. It'd be great to hear who's in the house and what you're up to today. Just hoping that there's not any issues with my chat like there was yesterday. So I'll try and keep an eye on it to make sure that it is working. Yesterday we had a bit of a blip with it, but we did get it working in the end. So I mean, I'm sure it was probably something to do with me that made it not work. But so here we go. It's a massive field, this, and I'm not very happy about having to do it with such tiny equipment, because this is going to take absolutely forever, and I really don't know how we're gonna. You know, this could take probably two episodes if I let it, because this is going to be a mammoth task. I may quit halfway through and go and spend all my money leasing a bigger harvester, but we will have to wait and see. So what we'll do, we'll get the course play um, to do the harvesting, and we will do the moving from the silo, which we haven't got yet. So we want that field. We want to generate. We could do as many headlands as we would like. I'm going to do about 4. We're going to start with a headland. Yeah, we're going to go smooth with that, just because I've encountered a lot of trouble with this doing sharp headlands, and there's only a couple of sharp corners on the field anyway. So what I'll do is I'll do 4 headlands, and just check that there's nothing else that I need to worry about. We have islands to bypass, so we've got them to circle, which I think is a best option. And I think that, oh yeah, clockwise is important, I think. So I think that is right. So we'll generate that course. And it's taken a long time, so it must be a difficult one. Wow, that is a lot of work, and it's going to be full every 5 minutes as well. So we are going to be a race against time all the time to try and get this going. Now, before I start the job, I'm going to get this facing the right direction so that it doesn't run over the crops, because, like I say, we've got crop destruction on. So I need to make sure that if I can avoid the crops myself, that the combine also avoids the crops. We probably didn't need as many headlands as we've gone for, simply because of the gap between the fields, but the idea now is that we're deliberately doing it this way so that we don't destroy crops. But I've got to go all the way to the bottom of the field, spin it around, and then we can get going with the harvesting. This is a pathetic, absolutely pathetic harvester for the job that we have in hand. So what's going on now? So let's see what happens as we start him up here, and we'll hope that while I go get the trailer, he will happily... Oh, he's going to ride over the crops, which is just what I didn't want him to do. But there we go, he's off and running. So we can get rid of that now, because as long as nothing goes wrong with him, we'll be alright. So we need to dump that there, and just need to see where the trailer is. I'm not sure if you saw on the last stream or not. I think I did buy it at the end of the stream, but we've got a forage wagon. I'm also going to buy if I can. Oh, can't quite see from this angle. I thought it was clear of that. So am I in line with it? Let's go back into the cab and swing it round. What's going on here? Why are we not connecting? Oh, it is on the way out. Why didn't it connect on the way in? I have no idea. Oh, got to turn the other way. My head does not do a 360. Before we do that, I just want to quickly get our silo. Do we keep it in the same area? I think we probably do. No, actually we won't. I know that corner is going to be a nightmare to do. But actually, the more fields are to the other side of the farm. So I think it would make more sense to put the silo at that end. And I've got the trusty wooden one. Purely because of expenses and stuff. And that's why I would go with it. Why can't I? For some reason it won't let me move. So let's get out of there, because it might be because I'm in there. I don't know. Try again. Silos. Why won't the up and down button work? I wonder if it's because my steering wheel's in. Nope, that didn't work. So what do I do? I think the only thing I can do is leg it round quick. So I don't know exactly where, but it's going to be somewhere over there near the gate. So if we go back to there again for the third time, silos. It's a nice wooden one somewhere. Wood silo can be filled with different. Is that the one? Just double check, because I don't want to be stupid and put the wrong one down. I think it is. Can't possibly be. Wow, we've got a lot to choose from. Oh, look at all them. I think it's that one actually. So I reckon if we turn that around. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, what a pain. That's where I wanted it. So actually, I reckon right where that flipping header trailer in would have been perfect. So if we went there, then from both sides we would have plenty of turning space, I think. Oh, I don't know. Well, if we put it in the middle, we could go right around it, but that flipping thing's in the way. Well, this was supposed to be a quick job. What's going on? I'm going to have to cheat again for the second time already. Blinking corn header. Why did I buy it? And I never use a header trailer. I don't even know why I bought that. Now this one's probably a bit more realistic. You could probably move one of these without the header on it. With it being on wheels, let's go back for the fourth time. Silos. Wooden multi-fruit. We like brown, so we'll use brown. That blimmin' header thing could be in the way again. But that should be that now. So let's get in the tractor. Because, oh, what are you doing? This is going to be a long day of harvesting with this small equipment. So I'm already sort of planning my avenue to getting enough money to get better equipment. And even that's looking like potentially coming in the way of a loan. I mean, what we need is a big trailer. And I'm stood there waiting in that field for the harvester to go past. It's not even that field. Wow, this is not going well today. So yeah, it was a bit of a U-turn with the old pigs. I just thought that the horses I want to give a go at, and the pigs I do want to give a go at, but it's just got to be the right time. Hi, Miss Wildstyle, how are you? Hope you are well today. Yeah, you don't always have to watch all of the stream anyway, because I've decided I'm going to put them out as smaller chunks as well, so that you can catch up on what you miss. I know you like to stream at roughly the same time anyway, but it is great that you popped in and said hello. I really appreciate it. Right, so let's go find this harvester. I cannot believe the size of this field. This has got to be the biggest field I've ever owned. It is ridiculous. I didn't know that place was there, but I think that's like, well, I don't know. I think it's like fertilizer or something. So I just killed a few crops that I could have tidied up at a later date, but I'm not going to worry too much about them. I'm really good, thank you very much, Miss Wildstyle. Looking forward to maybe catching your stream a little bit later. Anything specific that you're going on? Well, it's actually got a bit further round than I thought it was going to, actually. I was half expecting to have filled it up by now. Definitely could do with a bigger trailer, that's for sure. Because I think I'm going to be doing a lot of laps of this field. And that forage wagon is not going to enjoy picking up these. So has that stopped because it's full? I assume so. Hey Rob, how are you? Rabid Rob, it's great to see you. You haven't seen me driving yet, Rob, so... And you're not allowed to laugh at my small equipment, because this is not going to be a short stay on the fields with basic starter stuff, and I've gone and leased the biggest possible field, and it's going to absolutely kill me, I think, tonight. So Miss Wildstyle's going to be doing some house flipping shortly, so there won't be much driving in that anyway, Rob. So we'll get out of the harvester's way. I'm good, Rob. How are you? Are you streaming today? I am making no insinuations whatsoever. That's all I will say on that matter. So I think that I can either following its wake or disappear around the side of here and not worry about the harvester for a bit, because it should make it to the end of here having made it all that way before getting full. I do appreciate you guys stopping by and saying hello. It does liven up the stream a little bit when you get a bit of conversation going. Can we do it over the hedge? This is interesting. I don't think you can quite reach, mate. So we'll give up on that idea. Better just wait, just in case this combine does fill up before. It is a pretty long bit, that. I really hope he doesn't, because I've got to turn around and go all the way back if he fills up. In fact, I might just jump on board and see how he's doing. Oh no, we're fine. He's got plenty of space. Perhaps you can look at one of these places that Miss Wildstyle's flipping. It's a shame you can't do that in real life. It is a bit rough in the housing market at the moment with the climate of everything going up. It is difficult both for landlords and for tenants. So I'm fairly hopeful that, although I'm not very good at it, I'm going to try and take the grain on the move as this harvester gets round this corner now. Simply because I want to have got as much in the trailer as I can for when we pass where the silo is. So I can't remember what the keys are. I'll try and do it without the speed sync, mainly because I can't remember what the speed sync controls are. There's something like shift and F3 or control. Oh no, shift and 3, is it? Something like that. I can't remember. But we're doing a good job with it without it anyway. So who needs these auto syncs? Oh, stop. Go, stop, go, stop. He's not really missing, it just looks like he's missing. So we're getting pretty close to full on the first trailer, and that was one lap of the field. So that means that we're probably going to see, just before we get out of the headlands, we're probably going to see 4 trips to the silo. That is not good. So at least we haven't got any other fields to harvest today, but I do get the feeling that if any of the other fields are available to harvest soon, or on the same day, certainly the next field along, which is even bigger than this one, we're going to struggle to get it all done in a day with the equipment we've got, and we're certainly going to have to lease something for that. But these oats are going to be invaluable if we do keep horses. So, right, I'm going to go to the silo with that because we're just going to get further and further away. So I'll let the harvester get out of the way, and I will spin it around and head back to the silo. Should it let me turn around? There we go. So of course it's going to work out that the trailer is going to need to be filling up from the harvester in some of the worst places, furthest possible points, simply because of all these small equipment that we've got. And perhaps we should have leased bigger equipment rather than going for the stuff to actually own. Perhaps that would have been the better option in the long run. But we did this for the challenge. We didn't do it just to get bored and not struggle with anything. It was always the idea to be challenged by something new. And that is the very first of any harvest that we've had on the farm. Can we whack it around this way, or will that header that I've inconveniently put there be in the way? So yeah, I was looking at pigs on this farm. We had a really good pig yard that we could have used, which was good for 270 pigs. But I just couldn't get my head around the food that they require, so I thought it's going to be so long before we were able to have pigs. We might as well utilise the space for something else. Lease out some fields and build up a good stock of different fruits and stuff. And then we could worry about getting some pigs and whatever afterwards, and we could utilise that money that we got from selling the pig stalls to better use, which looks at the moment like going on leasing a big combine or something, but we'll see how we go. Well, I've nearly caught up with the combine again. At least it doesn't take too long to empty it with me putting the silo so close to this field. I think if we'd have put it at the other end, we might have been struggling a bit. But I'm sure there's a shortcut where we don't have to go through the farm. So let's just have a quick look at how he's doing. He's still only 60% full, so I think what we'll do, while he is going round and doing all the hard work, why don't we just have a quick look around the farm and see what changes we've already made. So I could go round on my dirt bike, but that's just being lazy. So we'll just speed things up a bit and get down the road. So we have a horse paddock, which we have 2 horses in, but I never bought them, so I'm not totally sure why we've got them. We did have a mod in at the start, which was to do with renting the stables, but I did get rid of that. But we still have horses no matter what. So there's one of them. Where's the other one hiding? It says we've got 2. So let's just slow me down again because that was a bit extreme. I'm glad Rob came in later because then he didn't see me get stuck with the combine harvester coming out of this shed here. Parking in that shed was not a good idea. Oh, there's the other horse. Hello, mate. How you doing? I've no idea what to do with these horses, so they've got food of some sort, but they haven't got any straw yet, but we'll certainly be getting plenty of straw today off that field, so I don't think they need to worry too much about that. But yeah, this is all to do with the horses. Like I say, I have no idea about horses, so I have no idea what to do with them, but I assume in here we're going to keep all our straw bales and stuff like that. Although I say straw bales, we haven't actually got a baler, so we might not be baling them up. We have a forage wagon, so that might be how it gets delivered for the time being until we can afford a baler. I've got to keep plenty of money in the bank because every month we're going to be paying out about 20 odd grand on the fields that we've leased. I've never gone down this route before, but it'll be really interesting to see what happens. Can we keep our heads afloat? I did think that it was extreme, the prices. So this is where the silo was that we just got rid of. We have sorghum in this field. I did think that the leasing prices were extreme until I realised that, you know, there's you probably, so for the smaller fields it's like £700 per month. So you're talking about £7,000 to £8,000 a year. For the bigger fields, you're probably talking a lot more, possibly even as much as 60 grand a year. But the harvest from these is going to be absolutely colossal. You know, this is basically 25 acres of corn. It is massive. It's going to be, I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but I think there'll be 200 grand of crop in there. I have no concept of fields that big. I've always done smaller fields, so this is all new to me. Anyway, we better get back to the tractor because the harvester is full. So let's get going. Talking away and looking around the farm and forgetting that I've got a job to do. At least now we can stay on the field. So there's the harvester ahead. That's been really good to have a couple of people drop in already. It's certainly made my day. And if you are watching this after the event, all I ask is that if you enjoy the content, you leave a like, leave a comment, and just let me know how you think I'm doing. I am very new to being a YouTuber, so it's all quite exciting when you first get to do it, but obviously I didn't want to put any sort of pressure on myself. I just wanted to find my feet playing a game that I like and then we'll see where we go from there. But I've had a go at the editing. It's hard work. Certainly takes somebody who's inexperienced a very long time. And so I've decided to go down this route a little bit more in my series, where I do something live and cut it into shorter episodes, which I hope will, in their bite-sized form, be interesting to the watcher. But it'll be interesting to see over the time how the different farms that I'm doing, particularly this one in Attingham Park and the one that I'm doing in East Vinelands, just how much they change over time. The East Vinelands one is really changing fast, and it's been quite fascinating for me just to see how it changes. The differences that we make. In that one, we've basically turned what was a house on a square plot of land already to a farm with 3 fields, and trying to keep on top of a lot of contract work as well. But yeah, it's been going really well, and I've really enjoyed doing it so far. This is going to be very different, with the roads being a lot tighter, so you can't really have bigger equipment. The farms, well, my farm was difficult to manoeuvre around until I got rid of most of the buildings. But certainly where I parked the combine harvester was a little bit too tight, so we won't be making that mistake again. Oh, he just hit me with his auger coming out then. So so we're about right there. So I'll let you go on again, because otherwise I'm going to end up round the far side anyway, so I might as well wait for you to be at least nearly full again. So far it's been good to have Rabid Rob and Miss Wildstyle pop in and say hello. It'd be really good if we get to see a few more as well over the course of the stream. So it looks like over the course of the next few days in the game, or months in the game, however you want to look at it, we've got a lot of sunflowers to do, some corn, some sorghum, and I have to confess I don't even know what's in the other fields at least, which could be a mistake, because if it's something like potatoes or what's the other one? Sugar beet, that was the one. If it's something like that, we're going to be struggling. So the one advantage to this big field, which I'm not used to, is actually having a long time to get alongside, get myself in the right position. Normally on the smaller fields, by the time you get in position, you come into the end of the run and you've got to get out of the way again. So this is actually quite nice, and it has made it a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be, because sometimes the harvest can be an absolute nightmare, especially if it's tight and you got to get emptied quick before the end of the run, or the harvester wants to turn and you're stuck in its way. So I'm gonna leave him to fill up for a second, just because it's a little bit slow when he does it that way. But yeah, the roads on this map are absolutely incredible. You got this road to our left, which generally is really busy with traffic. I got run over on my bike there the other day, and by the time I'd picked my bike up off the road, there was a queue about 10 cars long, and I'd only been like down for a few seconds. But that driver wasn't even sorry. Just beeped the horn at me like I was in the way. And my poor little dirt bike did not take too kindly to it. It's covered in scratches and stuff now. So it's interesting doing this field because we're actually covering the one bit of road that I haven't driven down, which is mostly the direction that we're heading in now. Otherwise, we've covered the whole of the map. It's just this little bit that we haven't done. And we're having to do it via the fields, really. So I reckon that we'll be able to get a reasonable amount out of this harvester. And that will be it, back to the silo again. For what will be the second of many trips. Nearly there, 91%. We'll let him do the corner and then we'll finish off. So this should not take long now before we are full. Oh, too fast, rolling down the hill. What a wreck. All I can say is it's a good job I don't bother with a crash counter on this, because I think I'd even far exceed Faber. And the difference between me and Faber is he drives it about 100 miles an hour. Right, so there we are, we're full. Let's get back to the silo. Now, in my normal saves I would be heading straight across the field, but with the crop destruction on, it's not something I always do. We're going to be skirting around the outside. So at least I've got a nice little racetrack between these two swaths to keep me entertained while I get my foot down. If you can call 25 miles an hour getting your foot down. This is going to be a long old drag. There is a trailer that's a little bit more expensive than this, probably by about 7 or 8 grand, but it fits far more in. But I just know from experience how slow it is at emptying as well, and it's just really frustrating. I mean, you could go make yourself a cup of coffee while you're waiting for it to empty. It's that slow. but we may end up having to go for something like that just to speed up the amount of times we have to come to the silo. You know, if we only have to come back to the silo a few times, then that won't be so bad. But because we're going to be doing this all day, it's not going to make for pleasant viewing. So I suppose one thing we could do is, while we're waiting for that, is do a little bit of the garden tidy up. And every time it's full, then jump back into the tractor with our magic teleport button and go and collect the next full load of oats. That's a possibility. I think we might look at doing that. I think we might try and just tidy up the yard, get rid of all the weeds and stuff, and then we can start planning what we're going to do with the extra space we've created. But I'll put the tractor in the field. I'll go and get my dirt bike and put that somewhere on the farm, just so that we can teleport to that, because even with super speed on my thing, it would take a while to walk. So we're not going to do that. So I'll just stop the tractor there. We'll head to the bike. Hopefully I did open the garage door. I thought I had. It's a bit weird riding a bike with a steering wheel. Doesn't feel right at all. So that is interesting. Because we've removed that shed, we've now got no fence blocking that, so we might have to see if we can get some fence to sort that out. Where shall I park the bike? Let's park it over here, out of the way, and then we'll have a quick look at what we can do with the yard. So get the landscaping out, painting. So there's two different types of concrete. So what's that one look like? Not convinced I like that one. I think that's the one. I think that's better. If anybody has any suggestions of what it might be fun to do with the space that we now have on this farm, I'm welcome to listen to the suggestions. Nothing that I've planned is set in stone, including the stream. Today was supposed to be an American map, and we ended up back in England to carry on what I'd enjoyed planning over the course of the last 24 hours. If you haven't seen the first episode, it will be broken into 3 different mini episodes so that you can watch it in bite-sized chunks of probably about half an hour each, rather than the nearly 3 hours that the stream actually was when we did it. But so that's looking good. I think that's as far as we can go with that, because it doesn't let you paint on the road anyway, because it's not our road. I think that'll do. Absolute perfect. So that looks good, apart from the potholes. I don't think we can do anything about them now. Unless somebody knows differently. Let's spin that around, because I do want to try and keep that grass, but I am going to get rid of the grass there. Well, there's more weeds than grass actually, but so it's a funny looking farm, this one, where the buildings that I've got rid of were so old and rusty. It'd obviously been there a long time, and yet this part of the farm with the horses looks brand spanking new. And the irony is, if I was to sell the horses side of thing, it would give me far less money than it did for selling the pigs. So I think I made the right choice in that respect. So there's just 1 yard now to do, but I should actually go and check on the combine. Yeah, he's waiting for me. I must have missed a notification for that, so we'll better go and empty him quick. Got no idea where he is on the map. So let's just see if I can see him. Alright, so we need to turn left. That would have been unfortunate to do a full lap when he was sat at the bottom corner or something, so it was a good job I checked. And full speed ahead, we will aim for the combine harvester. See, the traffic's picking up a bit now on that road. You get a lot of people walking down there as well, which, considering there's only a potato shop and something else there, I don't quite know what the fascination is. Perhaps they can get to the actual mansion down there, which obviously is not really on the map, but the start of the grounds is on the map. Do you know, it'd be so much easier if you just filled up stationery and then carried on. That would make life so much easier. Right, so that's 50%, so that must have done a little bit. Yeah, that's basically emptied that harvester. So we'll get back to what we were doing now. Why does it do that? Every now and then when I go onto the construction, it won't move with the arrow keys like it normally does. It just stops working. So I've had to press the wrong button. I've had to move my bike nearer so that we have control again in the area that we're working. So landscaping, painting. Was it that one we had? I can't remember now. I think it was. Yeah, that looks right. Just spin it around a sec so I can see what I'm doing at the side of this building. I don't think we have to be overly accurate at this juncture of it. I don't think there's anything that I can ruin by covering with this, but I think it's going to make the whole farm look loads better, loads tidier, with a fresh layer of concrete on it. silage bunkers. Tell you what was a shame was I think the slurry bunker went with the pig house, so if I get cows or something now I might even have to buy another one, which is a bit of a pain. Could have done without any extra expense like that. So yeah, that's that done. Did I miss anywhere? Did I do down here? Yes, I did. So there's just this random bit of green behind here, which would probably annoy me after a while. So that looks better. So don't forget, if you're lurking in the background and you want to say hello, it'd be great to hear from you. And if you're watching this after the event, it'd be really good if you could leave a like and subscribe. Then you'll know when we're going live for the next time. Better get back to the combine harvester. It must be... So it's nearly halfway. We'll start sort of slowly meandering round to catch it up after having a drink. It's thirsty work, this harvesting. And then we'll go on our merry way. So there's a nice little stream or something there. Never noticed that before. So that's interesting. The one feature of this map is an absolutely ginormous river, which there's literally, on the whole map, there's only one bridge across it. So if you want the opposite side of this particular river, you've got a long drive right around the map just to get to the other side. So he's in sight now as we come down the straight. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how financially we go. I think what I'll probably end up doing is aiming to do a couple of contracts every month. Obviously, except for the harvest months, because they're going to be very busy anyway. But we'll try and get, I don't know, maybe 12 contracts in a year that are around the 20 grand mark, or something along those lines anyway, and that will cover all the leasing of stuff. Hey Newman, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you are well today. Yeah, I know I'm in the way. Oh no, he's out of control. It's all going wrong. I'm sure you want me to, want to be full before I come and collect off you. I'm sure that's what you really want. I'm really good, thank you, Newman. I've had a nice quiet day trying to separate the stream I did yesterday into 3 episodes so that I can put them out one at a time. Shorter bite-sized versions. It's a good way of recording and and not having too much editing to do. Because I have to say, the editing was taking me far too long. Just even on a 5-minute video, you were talking 4 hours of editing just to get it all right, and sometimes you know, you're doing a little video like that and you sort of, is it worth it for all that effort? So here we go, we're nearly full now. I've already lost count of how many trips that we've made to the silo already. So don't forget, if you're listening in chat and you see any of the other guys pop up, go and check them out on YouTube, because pretty much everybody who's commented so far I know do their own content, and it's really great to see them on board and popping into the chat and saying hello, and it's definitely worth going and checking them out. I've just made a wrong turn. Oh no, I haven't. That's okay. I suddenly thought I was at the other field again. In every other map that I've done, this silo has stood out a mile away, a country mile away. But on this particular map, I don't know if it's just these badly placed trees or what, but you don't see it when you're driving towards it. So in we go with another lot. So this is the first. Hey, look at that! I missed a bit of weeds. How very dare I? I'm gonna have to sort them out. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything, but they're gonna do my head in, those little tufts of grass in the concrete. And we all know that a little bit of weed in your concrete means that there's going to be big major cracks there next year if you don't deal with them, because they will push through. So I can't believe I've been going an hour and 15 minutes already. That is amazing. It's amazing how quickly time flies when you click that live button. So let's just have a quick look on the map, see where he is. So he's all the way around there. So while he's around there, we'll head over and try and sort out that little bit of, if it'll let me again. Go on, you know you want to. Nope, it's not going to have it, so I'll have to teleport over there again. So, try from here. Why won't it work? Oh, I bet I can spin around from here, though. Landscaping, painting. I think it was that concrete. And we don't need the big one this time. Was that all of them? Let's zoom in a touch. I think there's something here. Yeah, so that's that. We've got all that now. Don't know how I missed all that as well, but there you go, we got it now. That's cool. Well, I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I think that looks pretty good. Certainly changes the appearance of the farm, having that nice stuff there. It's just I don't know if there is a way of getting rid of those potholes. They may be something that are just permanently there. If somebody knows there's a way, they're welcome to let me know in the chat. That's fine, but we so need a bigger header in that. Oh, we're moving on to the up and down stage of the harvesting now, so that must be the 4 headlands done. Certainly gives the harvest in the field. He's doing a good job, and now at least I know that I'm only got to stay in a particular area ready to go and collect my wares from him. So what I will do is, while he's working away, I will sit you in this cab so you can just see what he's up to. Have a good look around. But I'll go and have a very quick comfort break while he does all the work for me, because that's what he's getting paid for. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I am back, and I'm hoping that this has not gone haywire. Seems to be running along, doing very little at the moment. Without me being daft, it looks like he's going down exactly the same one that he's been down already, but we'll trust him that he's going the right way. I think certainly the next run's going to be... I wasn't here to see what he was doing, so it's difficult to say. Oh, I see, it's not quite a straight line. I think that's what it is. So where he's cut in before had already done that area, that's why. So when he's come off the headland, he's basically half done that particular bit of the field anyway. At least that's what I'm guessing he's done. But there he is at 60%. It's going to be interesting to see how he copes with this, these trees when he gets to it. It's been amazing. We've not had a single issue really with the course play so far. I think if you do plenty of headlands, they do tend to cope a lot better. I think sometimes if we give them a bit of hard work to do in the turnarounds and stuff like that, I think they really struggle. But so far, so good today. I'm hoping that if he gets full before he gets to the end, I don't think he will, but I'm hoping that he will pull out so that I don't have to drive in the crops, because that'll be annoying, because I've done so well to stay well clear of the crops so far that it'd be annoying for the worker to try and force me to do it. So I'm really pleased. It's been a busy day in the old chat room today so far. Hoping that there'll be a few more drop in before the end of the stream. I'm really grateful to Rabid Rob, Miss Wildstyle and Newman Gaming for popping in and saying hello. Really appreciate it. It's nice to know that you're not sailing alone on this sea of farming simulator work. But yeah, it's really great. So I'm gonna spin it around and keep the harvester company as he finishes this leg of his thing, and we can get a good view of him turning around and doing his stuff. This is gonna be a bit of a slog though. We're not. I mean, we've been doing an hour and 25 minutes. There's no way we're gonna finish this on stream today, because the equipment we're using is for tiny little fields. And I mean, I could go and lease something, but I just don't know whether we've got the money for it. I mean, realistically, you want one of them mega 400 and odd thousand pounds jobbies that hold what is it, something like 25,000, no, 250,000 litres. I can't remember what it is, but it's a heck of a lot more than what this thing does anyway. This thing does not hold a lot at all. So if I position this right now, he will stay still. That's better when we do it that way. No spillage, no hassle. Probably slows him down a little bit, but I think the one good thing is a full tank from the harvester is pretty much 50% of the trailer. So we get two fills with every go of that. So that's one good thing with it. Off you go, and we'll see you again shortly. So next time it gets down to this end, what we'll do is we'll definitely make sure that, I think this looks amazing. It's just these potholes. Although they're only sort of like potholes in picture. They don't actually make you jolt about on your bike or anything. So we've got a beautifully paved yard now. Cracking storage shed here, which I don't know. This may become my main tractor shed yet. I haven't decided. Over here, I think I'm going to put my combine harvester. I don't know why I didn't think to do it there in the first place. It was a much better place for it. We've got rid of all of the sheds out of there. We do have the garage. So we could go and get changed if we wanted in there. Yet more equipment storage areas. It's one thing this farm was never short of. When you think that I've got rid of so many of them, it is ridiculous to think that you know, we've still got more than enough sheds at the moment to keep us going. And when we are struggling, I can easily fit some more on as well. It's not like we're short on anything there. So this in here, I don't know what we could store in here really. I haven't really thought about it, but I suppose we could landscape here. We could replace that old bale storage shelter with something else. Just want to get off my bike if I can while it's still rolling and check. Yeah, so that's fenced all around there, so it wouldn't matter if that went. I don't think we'd get much money for it if we were to sell it though. Oh no, it gets rid of the whole horse paddock. I don't think we want to do that. So yeah, I don't know why, but we own 2 horses, which is a little bit baffling. There they are down there. They've both seen me. Let's see what their names are, because I didn't even check that. So we go down. Oh. So Choco and Mackenzie. So as you can see, they're lacking straw at the moment, but we're not going to be struggling for straw for too long. I mean, I suppose technically I could be collecting some straw with the forage wagon whilst waiting for the harvester to fill. Do you know what? I think I might consider that as an option rather than just sitting idle, chatting all the time. And that's something I might do. So while he's swinging his way down this way where I can't get to him because of the crops anyway, I'll leave the trailer there, scoot back for the forage wagon, and we can make the horses happy before we've even finished harvesting. I've no idea where I've got to take the straw to. Like I say, I know nothing at all about horses. So any advice from the chat would be greatly appreciated. But if you like seeing me suffer anyway, don't worry about it, that's fine. I'm not offended. So the overriding urge to ride through the crops every time I come back this way. I don't know how long I'd last with this crop destruction. I'm an easy farmer, I like things easy. I like to plan out the successes and not worry about all the problems that farmers really have to deal with. You know, no stone, no weed's gonna mither me. So we just try and get that right. Not the best angle to see, but I think we're okay. Apparently we're not. Let's just raise it up a bit so we can see. I don't actually know what I did different there. I think it was just trying to make me look like a bad reverser, which we all know I'm not. I'm a terrible one. So I have a new headset, which I think is a little bit better than the one that I started streaming with. Well, it was by no means an expensive one, but it's much shorter in its wire, and it's a bit of a nightmare when you've got the steering wheel because it tries to tangle up in it. So I can see the combine. It's still quite a way away, I think. To work out what that was then. I thought it was a collectible. It was that green. So right, yeah, so the harvester is nearly at this end. So what I will do now is just put the forage wagon out of the way here. Disconnect. And go and collect the trailer. Carefully reverse up. This is going to be the pain in it all. Come on, what's going on there? Why does it do that? It's just making it out that I haven't put it in the right place, and I have. So, oh, look at that. He's managed to fill himself up in the most awkward of places. Just don't go over the crop. Come on. You could do it. So, spin it around so I can actually see where I'm going. I'm hoping he doesn't try and drive off now, because that would be annoying. Now what are you going to do? You're going to be full in 2 yards? Clown. What was the point of that? Now I've got to go chasing you. So I'll stop you. And that's the problem solved. So that's that. Look at that, 99%. There we go, that's 100. And off we go to the silo. Full speed ahead. So we've probably got about 25 minutes, I think I'll stream for. Just a nice little 2 hours. I don't think I can bear doing the whole of the harvest on stream. I think we're probably talking about 5 hours here. You know, it's going to be a full-on slog. So tomorrow's going to be spent continuing the harvest. I'm not going to sell the grain. I'm going to try and survive with the money we've got until the end of the year. And at the end of the year, I'm hoping we'll have a bumper harvest. I'm hoping to have done some like hay baling and silage contracts that will keep us afloat, and also give us a load of silage that we can look to sell on, and either make the money now or buy a baler nearer the time, so that next time we come to a harvest or whatever. But what I I'll press the right button and it will empty. What I have considered doing in terms of the fields for the next however long is these big fields are going to stay as crops. apart from the one that I originally owned, Field 12. I think what I've decided with Field 12 is that I will do grass in that field. So we'll have basically 23 acres of grass, which should be plenty to keep us afloat in terms of silage and stuff like that. You know, every 3 months in the spring and summer and fall, that's going to be a bit of a nightmare to do. 23 acres. But, you know, I don't envisage us harvesting these fields more than sort of like twice a year at the very most. But you have to plan your crops very well to do that. So I don't think we'll be doing even that often with these big fields. And I mean, I'm definitely going to have to rent a massive plough and planter whenever we do these fields, because there's no way we can just keep working like we are with this tiny equipment on fields that really you need either 2 or 3 of the same equipment or some much bigger equipment. But I don't fancy the job of sort of keeping... I don't know why I got out the tractor and thought I was going to pull the forager. You got to drive it, man. You can tell it's getting late. So we'll just line this up. And somehow that is not connecting again. It just wants me to... Look at that. It's got nothing to do with where I've positioned the tractor. It's where I've positioned my head is the reason it's not connecting. So that should now be collecting, and it won't take long to fill this up with these swaths, I don't think. So this is going to be an absolute avalanche of straw as well, which is good because the horses need straw quite desperately. They're not going to be happy until they've got some. So the first load will be going to the horses, and then I've got hours and hours of harvesting to do. Yippee! Although actually harvesting is probably one of the most satisfying things that farmers can do. It's probably really satisfying when you've planted, you've cared for the field all year, and you've watched it grow through every stage, and then you get to harvest it and reap the rewards. We're having none of that here today. We didn't plant it, we didn't care for it, we just leased the field at the right time and are going to benefit from the reward. Although over the course of the year that farmer is not going to be short of any money, because he is charging us a fortune every month for the privilege. But at least we get a head start on the money by being able to collect the crop and obviously the straw as well. The straw The straw ultimately would be worth some money if we were baling it up, but we're not. So we're going to have enough straw for ever for the horses, which is good. So that's it, we're full. I don't think we're going to go back to the yard yet with it, because I think the harvester will need emptying soon. So what we'll do is we'll get back down here to the trailer and we'll try and catch up with the harvester and start emptying it. I mean, that's taken 1 row and not even a full row at that. So we are going to be backwards and forwards with this equipment all the time. Wow, this is not going to be fun. I've just decided that this is actually punishment, not fun. But I'm a stingy farmer. I don't want to spend the money. So we'll keep working away. I've not done it well that time. I've got a blooming suave to pretty much guide me onto the thing. Better change the position of my head so that we can attach it, because for some reason that seems to make a difference. And then we'll get alongside and we'll bring him to a halt, I think, just so that we know when he's definitely empty. Oh, that went wrong. Press the wrong pedal. So look at that. Stop, stop, stop. Don't want to go on the crops. So we can drop that now and go back and get the hay to the horses. At least it gives us something to do, and we've kept absolutely busy in this stream, which is good. We haven't had an opportunity to see much of the map because it is literally... Oh, sorry, I need to adjust my head so that it will connect. Absolutely ridiculous. But we can go and make the horses happy now, so... It's getting much easier now the further down the field it gets. But I can't believe we're going to be hitting the 2-hour mark and not even being halfway. You know, you're talking, I think, at least 5 hours for harvesting this field. That is some going. So, we need to talk about future plans to do the save as well, really. Obviously, I intend to keep some horses. Eventually, if anybody knew my saves, we would be keeping some chickens. But we're not going to go for them straight away, I don't think. Then we're going to... I just want to stop here and make sure that we can drop the straw in there if we need to. Yes. No, start filling. That's not what we want. Let me just have a look at the menu. Yep, so we can empty there. That's fine. It's a bit late for you to pop up now saying drop the straw. Right, so where do we have to drop this? We'll try in here, but I don't think it's in here. It might be, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. So, spin it around. Need to lower the view so we can see what we're doing. So it doesn't look like, although it could be that I wasn't in the right place. So it's not letting me lower it there, whatever, is it? So if I press I, yep, so it's not letting me do it. So straw is not accepted here, it's just told me. Oh, wrong pedal again. Wish my blaming pedal had stopped sliding on the floor. So now we need to reverse to get ourselves in a better position for getting out. Has it got the lock on it? It doesn't have a very good lock on it, this tractor. So now we've got to drive around the farm, try and find where we do put the straw, because I haven't got a clue. I can only assume it's by the shed over here. So, tell you what, this looks so much better without that silo there. It opens it up nicely. So it's not there either. I wonder if I've actually got to take it into the building there. So what we'll do, if I don't crash it, off the rock, stop! Oh. What are we doing? So, if I go in here now, I don't know where I put it. Let's get rid of that for the minute. So I just can't see any other drop points. I forgot my bike was around here, but where do we put the straw? Oh, could do with some help. I have no idea. That's not good. Right, so what have we got to do? I just don't even know if this is where the straw goes. I just haven't got a clue. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. And we're stuck again. So, what do we do? There's no overload sign, so I just can't even see that it even goes in there. So I better get out and close that. And then we're going to have to do some research, I suppose. So that was a roaring success. I don't suppose it tells me on the animal page anywhere where I put it. If I go down to the bottom, animals, horses, I imagine. So where are we? Farming basics, animals general, horses. If you look at a horse with the cursor, you'll see an information box. That's no good. Make sure you ride the horses regularly. No idea how to do that. You'll see ride in progress in the left corner. This is the only way to increase their physical, but none of that helps me. How to care for your animals. There must be more. It doesn't tell you what to do with a straw. Well, what am I gonna do? Right, so let's get back in the tractor. That idea will have to go by the wayside now. There's no way that I can use a foraging wagon. I'm gonna have to go and get a baler. But not before I've emptied the silo. I think I'm going to get some equipment delivered here rather than going to collect it all the time. But this is not going well. Certainly not as well as I hoped. So I'm going to get a good baler. I'm not going to faff around with a little cheapy one. I've got no way of transporting the bales, but at least we'll have the bales done. I think I can perhaps get a baling trailer. That'll probably take about 16 bales at a time, so that'll take a long time to collect. But at least I think I can get the baler auto baling. I think I'm going to need a load of equipment here. Simple as that. So I need the trailer. Where's the trailer? So 44% full. So that should hopefully see that. And once we've filled this, drop the silo. I think that's going to be it for today. And we may come back and do a little bit more, maybe even tomorrow at a different time. Just so that you can see the new baling equipment and stuff like that. But well, no, actually, what I'll do is I'll let you stick around for at least the collecting of the baling stuff, because you know that's something new and different in the episode. But then we'll call it a day. I've just killed some of the crops. Not impressed. But actually, I think we've done quite well for 2 hours work. One man and his helper going backwards and forwards like we have done. So that's an interesting thing. I've worked that out now. So if we increase, so we overtake him. And when he starts billing, decrease until the point where he stops. Is he going to stop? Well, he has stopped, but not because we're full. But there you go, we're full. So whack it round now. So I think we might utilise that a little bit more when we come back. I might even sell this trailer and go get a more expensive one of them. We've got 150 grand. And if I sold a percentage of the hay bales, I think we'd probably survive. We've got contracts to do as well, but I don't think we'll get any contracts done today. This is going to be too much. But if I got a bigger trailer, I don't think we can get a bigger combine harvester. So I'm not going to try and do that. It would be nice, but we just can't afford it. But if we've got a trailer, which basically 4 times, if we hired a tractor to pull the baler, and trying to think what else we'd need. Oh, a loading trailer for the... I think I can buy a trailer that'll do both the bales and the thing, but it's whether it'll have much, be able to carry much grain. We'll have a good look in the thing in a minute. But what I want to do is set the delivery point for this massive space that we've got near the silo, because that's going to be a perfect place to drop the shop stuff off. Would have probably been even better if I didn't stick a massive silo in the middle of it as well. At the time, I thought it was the perfect spot for a silo. But never mind, eh? So I have to stay in until the trailer's empty. But then we'll just park the tractor and just out of the way in that field. We can't do anything about that header at the moment. That is stuck there until the combine harvester's finished. So, I mean, we haven't got to worry about finances. If the worst came to the worst and we weren't able to keep on top of contracts to earn us the money, we'd still be alright, because we'll have all of this harvest here in, plus all the other fields are going to need harvesting in the next month or so. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but financially I think we'll be fine. So, what I want to do now is, and no, it must have been the other side. No, what? Oh, what was the key? Control, Alt. No, not F, S. Control, Shift. I can't remember what it was. Talk amongst yourselves for 1 second while I just Google it. So always rely on Google. Of course, it's telling me what it is on the PS5, PS4, and it's not them that I want. Come on. Store deliveries. Making me click on the actual page. So it's left, Alt, left, Shift. Right, okay. So we'll go back on that. I swear that's what I was pressing, if I'm honest. So it's... oh no, it wasn't. That's why. I was pressing left control and left shift. And where do we want it? Probably about there. So I think it flashed. So now we can go to the shop and let's get some more gear. We did not want to spend this money. We really did not. I mean, I suppose we could lease most of it anyway. So, balers. And why have we gone straight to that? Well, we want a fast baler anyway, so that one looks good. So, what size does that one do? So, that is the best one for silage bales and stuff like that. Apart from, it's very slow. So, I think we basically get the bale wrapper as well. But that, one of these... So let's look at the speed on them all. They're all the same for speed. We need a powerful tractor for them though. So we'll go with that one simply because it's slightly cheaper. So go to that. We're not going to mess with the customization of it. Does that cost you money? We could do that. I don't think it does anything myself, but right, so we want to lease it. Yes. One day we'll own all this money, all these stuff, but so that's the baler. Just want to check that it has come. Yeah, look at that. Store has delivered. So then we want a tractor. Helps if you go back to the shop. So it needs to be a reasonably big tractor. So 300 horsepower for 79. That is pretty good. Why is that so cheap? Probably because it's so ugly, no one would buy a tractor like that. It is horrendous. Oh, it's nowhere near as powerful as it says it is when you get to the crutch of the matter. So, how do I go around it? Do I have to use a mouse, maybe? Yep. That's what the problem is. So, do I want that? I don't think I can cope with that. I think it's shocking looking tractor. As are they. Now, these are more like it. Where's my Lamborghini, the Vultra? That looks a good one. JCB Fast Track. We're talking silly money now, aren't we? What about the medium tractors? This is a medium tractor. That's of a higher end. That's got the power. So the Vultures, what have they got? See, they're powerful enough. There's the smaller Fast Track, and then there's the Mach VRT. I think we're gonna go for it just because I like the Lamborghinis, so we're gonna go for it. We need to try and get that horsepower up, though. Wow, look at that. Tyres. No idea what the tyre sound actually does, but standard. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks pretty cool. We're going to lease that. That's going to cost us a fortune each month. We're going to have to be doing about 30 grand worth of contracts to cover the leases, aren't we? I could just see it. But if anybody's seen my contract management, it is pretty good. Oh, we need to go and empty the trailer, the harvester again. I'm beginning to lose the will to live. But I'm quite happy. We've got a baler on the go now, so that is mint. We can't really set it going until we're most of the way through this field, else there'll be collisions between the baler, the bales, and the combine harvester. So the combine harvester is going to have to be well over halfway before we can consider that. I didn't see which way it was facing the combine harvester. I'm just hoping it's not going to make me drive into the crops. I think it's facing this way. So what I might have to do is take over the combine harvester and then put him back in position. Oh wait there, I might be mistaken. So far we've done quite well and it's always been facing this way, but we are getting nearer and nearer to the point where it isn't. So let's just head yourselves in front again so that he doesn't go anywhere. And this is beginning to take shape now. I think having the baling equipment's going to at least speed up the back end of this challenge that we've got. We're definitely going to need a trailer to collect bales and a bigger trailer, which I forgot about, to empty the combine harvester. But I think this New Holland's okay in terms of power. I think it was just short of being able to cope with the baler, but not a million miles off. So that's another little bit of crop destroyed by my tractor. We can of course now move to our Lamborghini. Well, it's not really ours, but it's nice to drive anyway. Well, I'll tell you what, you can feel the difference straight away in this. I want to go outwards so I can see what I'm doing. Put the view up there. So this is going to collect the straw much quicker than the forage wagon. And then I'm going to work out, come on. Have I done something wrong? Why won't you grab? I don't understand that at all. What is the view got to do with whether I connect up or not? Doesn't make any sense. So we'll move them out of the way, although we better park it to the side because the other tractor's going to have to come past. Check on him, he's alright. So we'll go back to the shop, back to trailers. So we've got this, I'm reluctant to buy it because how much does that hold? See, that is 45 meters cubed or whatever that is, whatever the free is. I'm not sure what that is. So I think we've got to go for it. It bugs me to heck because it is so slow at emptying, but it's just the right price. And none of the others are anywhere near that kind of capacity. The only question with it is can the auger reach on the combine harvester? But we'll give it a go, see what happens. What we do, we won't sell the other trailer until we're certain that it fits. Just realised I bought that outright. I meant to lease it. Never mind. It'll still be useful, whatever. Oh, and then we need a baling trailer. Flatbed square baler. 30-inch. Do we have bigger ones, or is that it? Now we're all talking stupid money there. So we'll go with, where does it? Have I gone past it? Yep. Where are you? Right, so it's 15,000. There they are. So don't get the cotton bale ones. So that is the one we want. Why does that suggest that it carries animals as well? Could have to look at that. Oh, it does. Well, when we need to, I'll bear that in mind. That's got to be really useful. But at the moment, that is what we're going to do. We are going to buy that one, and we'll buy the upgrades on it when we need to. But we don't need to do that now. So I make out now that we can cope with this harvest with everything we've got. What I'll do is I'll finish filling this trailer up, and then we'll bring the other trailer back with the tractor when we take it back. But where are you? I've just gone round in a circle. He's all the way down there. So because he is coming this way, I shall scoot around the tree and try and remember the key sync. So I think if I get a little bit closer. No, we're missing. Just about got it in time. So speed it up a touch to move it further down. Slight right hand down just to get it going. And we look like professional farmers for about the first time in the whole episode. Look at that, that is perfection. Just what we needed. I just hope that we can use that bigger trailer. I've got a bad feeling that we might not be able to. It looks very low down, that, doesn't it? It'll be a real waste of money if we haven't. But never mind. If we have to take it back, we'll get a full refund because it won't have been used. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's going to be a bit of a bummer here, but we're not going to be quite full when we get to the far end. But I'm not waiting for it. I keep saying we're going to end the stream and then something interesting happens, like we go and spend a load more money that we didn't really plan on spending. Today has been a day of U-turns, without a doubt. I have made so many U-turns, it is unreal. I don't even know what direction I'm facing anymore. There's been that many. But I just hope that you've enjoyed the ride that we've been on. You know, we've gone from being a small farm, trying to work out how we're going to cater for pigs and horses, to no longer doing pigs and possibly no longer doing horses. We've got a couple of horses in there, but we'll just have to see how we go with them. We can't even work out where to put the straw with them, so that's not really much good. Then we've said that we're going to hang on to our money to cover for all the leases of the fields that we've now leased. And then we've gone and bought a load of equipment and leased a load more equipment. We are going to have to do some hard work to keep this place afloat. It's going to be very easy. You might as well be 500 thousand in debt, because the amount that's going out on the leases is probably much more than the amount that we would be paying on a £500,000 debt. But I'm not going to panic about it all now. I'm just going to concentrate on getting everything up and running, get this harvest done. Next session's going to be all about harvesting as well, but probably some of the other fields. I don't know what's going to be ready by the next day in the game. Oh, that's not very helpful. Look where they delivered the trailers, right in the way. So we'll have to move them around as well. So what we'll do, I don't intend for it to live in here, but we'll spin this around and put it in one of these storages, do we? Or do we just keep it out in case it's needed? I think we'll keep it out in case it's needed. So now go and move the biggest of the trailers. I didn't check how much horsepower we need to pull it. It's massive. I don't think that combine harvester is going to be able to reach it. Right, so might as well do that early, because for some reason it'll only connect when you're flying above it in a drone. And we'll take this and find out whether it's any good or not. At least with this, I think it'll take 4 stops from the combine harvester to fill it, and that'll mean that we'll have to make far less trips. Whether we'd better using the bigger tractor for it, I don't know, but so the moment of truth is coming. The harvester's going to be facing the right direction in a minute. I'll tell you what, I'm really enjoying this harvesting though. I know we've made very little impact on the whole field, and we definitely need a bigger combine harvester. By the time you come back, I suspect we might even have one. I think I will have all these leases and £500,000 of debt because I've gone and bought myself a big combine harvester. It doesn't fit. I do it. No, doesn't fit. No, stop. Get away. Leave me alone. Put your pipe in. Well, apparently it pushes through the side of it. That was interesting. So that's no good. Or is it the combine's no good? So I think we're going to get a new combine harvester. This is ridiculous. Oh dear. Right, so let's separate that. We need to go and get that trailer back. That is the must. Oh my word, this is absolutely ridiculous. How are we getting a combine harvester? That is unbelievable. I don't know whether to lease it or run ourselves more debt. We're certainly going to need it for the next couple of months, but then after that, we might not need it for ages. So, I think I will lease it. I think that's the only way we can do it. If we get a bigger combine harvester, how do I get it to the field? It's not going to fit through there, which means I'll have to get a header trailer. Oh, this is turning into an absolute nightmare. Right. Well, never mind. So it's been an eye-opening stream today, hasn't it? Where we've sort of like tried to persist with small equipment on a really big field. I mean, I haven't even checked how many acres it is, but the stuff we've been using is just not really compatible to it. I forgot, it's nothing to do with where I'm positioned in the tractor. Right, so but that would naff up the course play. I don't think I can do it. Oh no, I'm gonna finish this field as we are, and I'll save the trailer because we bought it now. And for tomorrow, we'll sell that combine harvester, and we'll lease a better one for a couple of months. I think that's what we're gonna do. You're not gonna have to suffer that because you won't be here. Not because you're going anywhere, just because I'm not going to finish this. I think we're nearly halfway. I think that's something to be proud of, because this has been a shocker of an effort. But we're going to have to quit at some point, because we've been going for 2.5 hours nearly now. And we're not even halfway across the field. So you're talking a 5-hour job. Which, that's what it's going to be for me. But not tonight, because it's already 1:30 in the morning for me. And I think I'm a little bit tuckered out with what we've been doing. So, I'm Stevie C. Thank you very much for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. If you could drop me a like, that would be absolutely fantastic. And if you want to see more of my content, go to my channel, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll know when I go live again. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed what you've seen today. In a man suffering doing a job that was way too big for his equipment. And I think we could safely say that I failed miserably, but we still enjoyed it. We still had a good time. And, you know, we're going to be loaded by the end of this. You know, when we start selling the harvest that we've brought in, plus the silage that I anticipate doing on the baling contracts that are available. It's just unfortunate for us that that is going to take an awful lot of work to do. And I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do it in terms of the hours that it's going to take to do these fields and the contracts at the same time. But with all the leases on the fields and on the equipment, we're certainly going to have to do some contracts. There's no way out of it. So, yeah, I'm Stevie C. Thank you very much. And I'll either be seeing you again at Attingham Park or in my other venue, which is East Vinelands, NJ, USA. But until then, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.